man-in-the-middle attacks. In cybersecurity, man-in-the-middle attacks, otherwise known as MITM attacks. Before I start, I request you to subscribe my channel for interesting videos and tutorials. Thank you. So, known as MITM attacks in cybersecurity have been an attack vector for many years. In an MITM attack, an attacker deflects and relays messages between two parties who falsely think that they are communicating with each other directly. Telephone tapping is one of the oldest concepts of MITM. In today's network environment, eavesdropping plays a key role in this type of attack. Wireless access point with weak security measures pose a major threat in terms of man-in-the-middle attacks, allowing an attacker an easy means of gaining access to our network. The way a man-in-the-middle attack works is depicted in this example. Host A is communicating with our server, host B, host C is our attacker, and this host injects himself into the conversation by making host A believe that it is host B. This can be done by spoofing address and using gratuitous ARP. This will update the MAC resolution on host A. So looking at our example here, C would determine the IP address of host B, which is who user A is communicating with. C would then send a gratuitous ARP message out and tell host A, hello there, I am host B, but my MAC address is different. And it would provide the MAC address of the machine at host C. So now when host A creates Ethernet frames that are really destined towards server B, the MAC address will resolve to our man-in-the-middle, host C. Now one protocol that is known to be very susceptible to this type of attack is Telnet, and this is because the protocol data is sent in clear text. The security concern is overcome by using SSH instead. However, many still use Telnet, likely due to its ease of use. HTTP is another protocol that is susceptible to man-in-the-middle attacks. HTTP traffic is not encrypted and its authentication does not make use of digital certificate. HTTPS should be used instead, as it used SSL TLS for secure connectivity as well as digital certificate for authentication. And while HTTP is more secure than HTTP, it too has known security vulnerabilities. Some common tools that are used for man-in-the-middle attacks include Ettercap and dsniff. These can be freely downloaded and used to initiate man-in-the-middle attacks, capturing packets, replaying them, auditing them, and so on. Who are the potential victims of man-in-the-middle attacks? Oftentimes, we find that it is financial organizations that have weak security infrastructure, legacy systems that are still being used with outdated software applications, networks that do not employ strong authentication methods, as well as some open source or free applications. Man-in-the-middle attacks are also relevant in IoT applications. These days, nearly 80% of the devices that we use are internet connected. Man-in-the-middle attacks threaten all of these devices. If their communications are not properly secured, the following measures can be taken to help mitigate against man-in-the-middle attacks. First of all, we want to use VPN whenever possible and make sure that traffic is encrypted. So if man-in-the-middle attacks were to ensue, the data would not be readable. We want to use digital certificate for authentication whenever possible and make sure that we are using strong password and multi-factor authentication. In terms of network functionality, we can use dynamic ARP inspection and IP spoofing detection, as well as DHCP snooping to make sure that devices are not able to come onto the network. pretend to be someone else and inject themselves into our conversation. Thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel for further videos and tutorial. Thank you so much.